Good morning, everybody. It's John for Father's Rights, my anti-human trafficking and my anti-child neglect YouTube channel. It's 12:12 a.m. on October 6, 2025. I got a little bit of new hardware on my computer. Hopefully it'll make my videos better. For family and friends, the struggle still goes on with me in this strike. I think we're making headway, but unfortunately, the person we're on strike against, I think they're a little bit delusional. I mean, they've been holding false elections that aren't NRLB sanctioned, and then turn around and say the company doesn't recognize the union when the actual original bargaining order people haven't even petitioned to dissolve the union. And then she turns around and says she don't recognize it. She's really living in delusion. Now on the second part, with my little family problem, that is going down a road I don't think these people want to go down to, and I'm giving them time to reconsider their position. And again, they're living in delusion. They think they won something when I just spoke to the Special Victims Unit Monday. I'm hoping if my daughter, when you get older and you watch these videos, you're going to find out things were more complicated than them telling you I'm insane. And actually, the insanity didn't come from my side of the family. It actually runs, from what I can tell, from grandma on down. A pack of lunatics. I don't care what anybody says. Giving your 14-year-old daughter away to a 30-year-old male and not calling the police, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to, even though the kid's not mine, I actually like those kids and I respected them as human beings. They don't deserve to be raped at 14 years old, a girl, by a 30-year-old man, and then the adults all stand around with their hands in their pocket. I don't know what kind of person you would call that, but to me that's just scumbags. When I looked into it deeper, I found out why they did it, because the guy's become a source of infinite funds, so to say. And the guy is running a scam called EWS, Educational Wealth Services. He's targeting single mothers, promised to repair their credit for $2,000. And he sends some letters out. They'll strip everything off their credit record if the company doesn't respond in 30 days that gave them the credit. Of course, their credit goes up after 30 days. They think they're dealing with the winner here. And then later, when that credit card company or that bill collector goes back and checks that those debts are valid, they put those debts right back on your account. And then they launch judgments on you for committing credit fraud. This is what my wife's family does. And for some reason, hey, if they're doing okay, they don't see the problem. It's coming down to the line. I've been asked by my family members to cut them a little slack, give them a little time. I think I've done that. You know my patience is infinite, but I'm telling you right now, I know my daughter's not going to be the same person that left that house on that day. And I'm going to make sure they pay the price for taking my daughter and basically causing her great emotional distress with their lies and their claims to cover up their own neglect. People like that, if I would have known before that the family was doing something like that, I never would have married Clarissa, to be honest. I never would have married her. And after I found out about the kid and then she started neglecting my daughter, I was telling her we're getting divorced because I'm not putting up with this shit. Every adult has their, the borders that thou shall not cross. And one of them was neglecting my daughter. And I'm sorry that she couldn't deal with it, but she should. When I asked her to stop neglecting my daughter, she should have stopped. And if she thinks I'm lying, I'll walk right up to her and tell her right to her face. And you watch her reaction, because you're not going to hear the truth from them. They're going to play the victim all the time. The way I'm speaking to you now is if I was complaining to her about something, this is the voice she would hear. Well, she would call that ranting and me being aggressive. And it's just the fucking forks bullshit that they used to avoid accountability for their child neglect and their child abuse. Now, this is the second thing that I noted in the family that has been child abuse and child neglect. The child abuse is letting a child get sexually assaulted multiple times and then allowing the person that sexually assaulted her to remove her from the house when she was 15 years old and take her to another state so he could sexually exploit her. But they didn't care because, he was giving the money. So that's where we're at. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to divorce her. Then I'm going to do what I need to do when it comes to the finances. And then I'm going to sue her for defamation. And that's coming before the end of the year. I'm not playing no more. I don't want her carrying my family name, knowing that members of her family have raped children. We don't associate with people like that. I don't even want to use our last name anymore. When I bring her to court, I'm going to say, due to the shame she brings to my family, knowing a child get raped and she stood there and did nothing, she's a coward, she's a scoundrel, and she's also involved in it herself, so that makes her, to my family, she's a piece of shit. And on that, I'm out of here.